Hi, this is Dr. Daniel Amen, author of Change Your Brain, Change Your Body. I'm so excited to be with you. We asked for questions and oh my goodness, did you send them in? We got over 600 questions. Today we're going to talk about cravings. So we grouped the questions for today about how do you deal with cravings. The first question is from Renee. How can I use my brain to strengthen my willpower and learn self-discipline? If I want to eat a tray of brownies, there's just no stopping me. Whatever I'm craving just tastes so good and it's just so much to eat, so much fun to eat. There's no such thing as portion control for me. Who's going to stop me? Well, the only person who can stop you is you. But let me give you 6 ways to control your cravings. 1, keep your blood sugar balanced. What we have found, and other researchers have found, is that as your blood sugar goes low, the blood flow to your brain goes low, which means you're going to make bad decisions. You're not going to have full access to your own brain. So how do you keep your blood sugar balanced? Eat frequent meals throughout the day. Start with breakfast. A lot of people skip breakfast. I used to be one. I went, well, I'll just save those 400 calories and that way I'll lose weight. The problem is when your blood sugar is low and you get so hungry by lunchtime, you overeat. So you got to keep your blood sugar stable. Start with breakfast. Eat multiple times a day. There's 2 supplements. One is called chromium. The other is called alpha lipoic acid that both have been found to help balance blood sugars. Stay away from simple sugars like candy and white potatoes, white rice, refined processed foods, because what they do is they spike your blood sugar and then it drops. Then you feel great and then you feel stupid and hungry. High fat, high sugar foods you have to be very careful with because they work on the morphine or heroin centers of your brain and they can be totally addictive. So the foods you choose can really help you. Now, a lot of people go, how do I stay away from sugar? If you focus on it, what you'll find is your sugar cravings in about 2 weeks will completely go away. The second way to decrease your cravings, and this is almost going to sound counterintuitive, you have to get rid of the artificial sweeteners in your diet. These artificial sweeteners are up to 600 times sweeter than sugar, and even though most people think of these things as free, what they do is they are so sweet, they cause you to crave more sweet things. And they fool your brain. It's like, oh, I got all this nutrition, and your body actually didn't get any nutrition. And it's like, hey, you're fooling me. Stop that. And what I've found, getting rid of artificial sweeteners can just make a huge positive difference in your life. Another way to deal with your cravings, you got to be on a stress management program. Anything that stresses you out increases the risk of you giving in to your cravings. Things like hypnosis, biofeedback, meditation, learning how to kill the ants, the automatic negative thoughts that I talk about a lot in this book and most of my other books, just absolutely critical to help you deal with cravings. 4, you have to outsmart those sneaky food triggers that follow you everywhere you go. And for me, this is one of my problems. If I go to the movies, I think about popcorn and licorice. If I go to my mom's house, it's like, oh, there's great pizza, I've got to have it. Know those triggers and do what you can ahead of time to plan for them. So for example, before I go over my mom's house on holidays, I eat a little bit of something just to keep and make sure my blood sugar is stable. What I used to do was I go, oh, well, I'm not going to eat anything all day, so then I can just save up the calories for my mom's house and end up totally overeating. It's very important in looking at cravings to deal with the hidden food allergies that people have. Some people are allergic to milk, others to wheat, others to eggs. If you eat something that you're allergic to, there's a brain imaging study now with wheat gluten. What they found is it caused overall decreased blood flow, and what you already heard me say, low blood flow, low brain function, more bad decisions. There are a number of other supplements that can help you deal with cravings. One of my favorites is one called N-acetylcysteine, which has been shown to help compulsive behaviors, actually compulsions with alcohol and gambling and cocaine. Brand new study, it actually helped with compulsive hair pulling. So I use N-acetylcysteine a lot in my clinical practice to help people with compulsions. According to researchers from the Harvard School of Public Health, having low levels of omega-3 fatty acids is the 8th leading preventable cause of death. And in one study, they found taking fish oil actually helped to decrease cravings. Another critical supplement is vitamin D. When your vitamin D levels are low, the hormone in your body called leptin that tells your brain you should be full doesn't work. So I recommend all of my patients get their vitamin D levels checked and optimized. And the optimal level is somewhere between 50 and 100 nanograms per milliliter a day. So get your vitamin D level checked. Almost all of the patients that I test have low levels. The next question is from Pam. How can I turn off strong cravings for food? I feel driven to eat. Until I eat, my mind runs through a list of foods until I can decide on something that will satisfy the craving. There's momentary satisfaction after the eating, but it's exhausting to be so out of control. What this sounds like to me is you're in the category of our compulsive overeaters, that you're thinking about food all the time, that your mind does not let you get away from the thought of food. So do all the other things we talked about with cravings, and if after taking the test you really fit into that category, you want to think about, well, what is it that my brain is saying to me? And it's probably low in serotonin. So 5-HTP. And what I'm very excited about is a very old spice has new scientific evidence that it helps mood and may in fact help with the compulsive overeating, and that is the spice saffron. And so in our serotonin mood formula, we have 5-HTP and saffron, and that could be helpful for you. The next question comes from Susan. I have a craving for salt. I've turned to sea salt. I also crave lemons, and of course, I put salt on them. I weigh 220 pounds, have heart disease, and many other health issues. Weight has been a struggle most of my 60-plus years. I will lose some and then gain it back. Is there something deficient in my body that makes me crave salty, crunchy things, which is keeping on the pounds? Salt cravings have been associated with chronic stress. People who have adrenal fatigue, for example. Also, some people's genetic makeup activates their salty taste buds to feel more pleasure than people who crave sweets. For some people, it's a habit they got in childhood, so their parents put a lot of salt on things. Other people who crave salty foods have a zinc deficiency. And when you're low in zinc, your taste buds don't work very well. And so you put a lot of salt, maybe even pepper on things, just to bring out the flavor so that you can actually taste something. I like it that you're using sea salt. You want to stay away from processed table salt, because when they process table salt, they take out all the other nutrients in it, and often they add aluminum as a drying agent. You don't want more aluminum in your body. That's not a good metal for you. So sea salt, but not a lot of it, because having excess salt in your diet can affect your heart and can affect your blood pressure.